Hi everyone again, this is Tatiana with J Money LLC and I'm following up on the quote of today. Today's quote was so important that I felt like I needed to make a video today to talk about self-doubt. So if you haven't catch the video, the quote of the day is doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. And I 100% agree with this. I say that because when I first started looking into work from home companies, there are those companies out there that are not legit, but I'm not sure where I read it. One of the companies had on their website, don't tell your friends and family about this. Don't mention it to them at all. Not until you're actually making it and you're successful. And the reason for this was because our friends and family, that's pretty much the first people we run to. We want their opinion, we want their advice, we want that that okay to be like, yeah, sure, go for it. Um, we want that. We're looking for that kind of booster from our friends and family. And sometimes we get exactly the opposite of that. You know, most of the time I get, why can't you just get a real job? Why do you feel like you want to, you need to work from home? You know, and our generation, as people tell me, our generation, we worked for a living, and working from home is making a living. It depends on what you're doing, but it is making a living. This is the 21st century. And by studies, studies that have been shown that most of the positions will be either overseas or they'll be work from home positions because companies no longer want the overhead. So I don't get it, but I've gotten it. I've always had that feeling that I wanted to do more and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do or how I wanted to get there, but I just knew I wanted to do more. I wanted to do more of my life. I wanted more control over what I wanted to do. If I felt like, hey, today, I'm going to take the day off and just focus on the house and do housework, I wanted to be able to do that. And then for the rest of the week, I'm going to work 12 hours a day because I want to buy this for my kids. I want to do that. I don't want there to always be someone over my head to dictate what I can and cannot do. So work from home for me was ideal. And I almost, oh, my dreams were like crushed so many times. I cannot even explain it to you over doubt. And not necessarily the doubt that I had in myself, but the doubt other people were pushing on me. You know, recently I stopped working my full-time job to 100% commit to working through a rise for J Money LLC. That is my dream. That's what I want to do. Everything is a stepping stone to get to where you need to be. So, my coworkers at work, they were like, you're gonna be back, you'll be back, everyone comes back. You're gonna lose your seniority. You're gonna end up under all these new people that just got hired in. And what are you gonna do then? You'll be back at what you started off making. You'll have to go through a whole another, 7 month probation. And it was just like I knew they just didn't want me to leave, but it was so it wasn't, I don't know how to even explain it. I know they were just trying to be helpful, but it wasn't helpful. In fact, it was really stressing me out, way more than I ever expected it to. Because even though they're saying, you're going to come back, stay, what I heard was that you're not going to succeed at this, so there's no use in you trying. So you want to be very careful how you word things and how you talk to people and how you express, you know, your sadness. If you're sad about somebody leaving, just say, I'm sad. I don't want you to go. Don't give them 101 reasons to why they shouldn't pursue their dream. If you're comfortable in the 9 to 5 position, go for it. But I'm not comfortable with it. I want to work 3 hours in the morning and 4 hours at night and 2 hours in between if that's what I want to do. And I want to be able to do it without feeling guilty about not doing what the average person is doing, which is working in the office setting or working in a factory or going out there away from their home and working. That isn't our fault that they want to choose to tell it, the commute every day in traffic, getting angry. One time I was parked at a light in a guy's car. I could see him in my rearview mirror. He was speeding up. It seemed like he was speeding up and he ran into my Durango. His brakes, they just went out on him. and he ran into my Durango. And since my Durango set so high, his car slid under mine. So that's something that could happen to you on your way to work. And your employer is like, you had an accident. You're okay. So why aren't you here? And you're like, because I had an accident. I had an accident I had to take care of. And they're like, it's a point. That's not what I want to deal with. I don't want to deal with that. So I looking back on it now, I do believe that statement is true. You know, if you feel like your friends and family can support you, go for it. But I would not, and I've already had, because they knew it was a long time coming before I was just like, all right, I'm out. But the friends and family that don't support my decision, I'm not saying that I'm pushing them off to the side, but everyone seems to like you more when you're successful. Everybody wants a piece of your pie once you get it, and no one wants to sit there and help you make it. So I understand, I understand, I understand. And every day it is a struggle for us entrepreneurs to, not only prove ourselves to others, but prove ourselves to ourselves that we are worth it. So keep your confidence, keep your faith, and know that you get what you put into your situation. So if you're putting your all into it, and you're so 100% committed, don't fall off the wagon because of what someone else says. Don't be tempted by the $13 an hour someone else has to work while they're working 70 hours a week. Don't get pulled into it. There's a reason why you walked away. You was like, that isn't for me. And that's what I had to keep telling myself. During the last days of working at that company, it was so stressful. We're like, you can stay if you want to. You can stay. And I almost forgot the reason why I chose to put in my notice. It's for my kids. It's for my family. That's why I chose to walk away. Of course, if I didn't have kids and I didn't care about, the 3 weeks of vacation you get, I would have stayed. I would have stayed. I would have put in my years. I probably would have retired from there. But you can get all that. We know it. We just seem to know something they don't know. You don't have to be with a company to set up a 401k. I still have my 401k from a different company I worked with. And I'm going to keep paying into it. As long as you're paying into your retirement, you're going to get it. You don't need to be with a company to have insurance. Get self-employment insurance to cover your family, to cover yourself. People always want to take the easy way out, but they want to reap the benefits of others who put in so much hard work. So, at any rate, I am done ranting. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe. And remember, you got this. You know why you did it. And if I were you, I would write down the reasons why I left, or if you're still with your job, but why you're looking into working from home, and post them somewhere. You know that this board back here, it's empty right now because I just put it up. But this is where my goals will be. This is where my statements of why I left will be, right here. So that every time I walk in here, I can see them and I can remember, even on my bad days, that this is the reason why I decided I wanted to quit my full time. All right, you guys. Well, until next time, you guys have a wonderful, great weekend. Bye.